The playoffs are finally here. We got our 12 teams. This shall be an interesting playoffs, man. I'm already feeling like I know who's gonna be in the Super Bowl, who's gonna be in the conference championship games. This playoffs, man, I will say a bunch of mediocre at best quarterbacks. I don't think I've seen it like this in a minute. It's like QB play doesn't matter if you got a good defense, you can run the ball a little bit. You're looking fine. So we'll jump into these wild card games. I'll give my picks, and then maybe next week we'll jump. We'll do I'll do the division picks, and then the conference. Then we'll go to the Super Bowl from there. So now also like, subscribe, comment, man. I need this feedback, and we're gonna be doing NFL awards soon. So let's jump into this first wild card game. We got Tennessee Titans versus Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. Um, the way I'm looking at this is Tennessee struggled all year. Mariota had a terrible season, 13 TDs, 15 intos. I think he had a few fumble losses. A 79.3 passer rating, way down from last year where he was pretty money, man, especially in the red zone. But he just regressed huge this year. I don't know what happened to him, but there was just huge regression. Alex Smith, on the other hand, actually had his best season passing. Passing yards, he threw for over 4,000 for the first time in his career. TDs, career high. Passer rating, career high. The Chiefs, man, I just can't see any way they lose this game. They're 6-2 at home on the season. I think what were the two losses? I can't even remember. I know they were quality opponents though. I think they did lose to the Bills one time at home. That was a bad loss. And they're usually pretty solid at Arrowhead. You know Arrowhead is going to be loud. I can't see any way that Tennessee wins this game, especially under Andy Reid head coach team. I don't want to say that. The only problem he has is clock management and stuff like that. But he's giving up his play call. He's giving up his play call duty, play call duties, and Chiefs are looking fine right now, man. Tennessee, they're one of the few teams where they were actually in the negative in point differential. They were minus 22. So they got into the playoffs with a 9-7 record while actually being outscored on the season. So they gave up more points than they scored. They just happened to squeak in somehow. Who knows how they did it? But I just can't see any way Tennessee wins this game. I got KC. Alex Smith should have a solid game. I think this is going to be in Alex Smith's hands because the Titans were pretty good against the run. If I'm not mistaken, they were top 5 against the run. And on the other hand, KC was 25th against the run, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I just can't see Tennessee winning because Mariota took a huge drop off. If this was last season, I might have said I could see possibly Tennessee getting away with pulling the upset just because Alex Smith, game manager, plays not to lose the game. But this year they've been pretty aggressive. Kareem Hunt's been pretty good. Tyreek Hill is explosive. Travis Kelsey explosive. They got some mismatches there, man. So I don't think any of the Titans players will be able to keep up with those two specifically. And I think this game might turn out to. I'll go final score 27-13, man. I think AC wins that handily. Vegas has them as a 7.5 point favorite, so uh that's how I'm feeling about it. So we can move on now to the next game on the NFC side. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the LA Rams. The Rams highest scoring offense in football, man. They were top 5 in point differential. They're tied with the Jaguars, only behind the Eagles and the Patriots. So that team, they put up points. They put up a lot of points. They had the number one scoring offense, and I think number one uh, uh, offense as far as yards go. Gurley, game changer, man. 2,000 all-purpose yards, had 19 TDs. Could have possibly finished with the rushing title. He fell second behind Kareem Hunt because he didn't play Sean McVay decided to rest Gurley, Goff in the last game. So and Aaron Donald as well. So Gurley, 2,000 all-purpose yards, 19 TDs, a possible MVP. A lot of people saying it's down to him and Brady. Some people have Carson Wentz in that, even though he's missed like the last 3-4 games with the torn ACL. But the Rams 28th against the run. That's where I think their problem will fall. We know the Falcons like to run the ball. They got a two-headed monster and Devonta Freeman, and they got Tevin Coleman, who's pretty explosive out the backfield. They both catch passes too. So it'll be interesting to see the matchup with Alec Ogletree and the rest of these guys, Mark Barron and stuff. So Matt Ryan, kind of a down year from last year. Last year he almost passed for 5,000. Almost he was a few. I think he was about 400 yards away from 5K or something like that. He had a career high in passer rating. But this year he struggled a bit. 20 TDs, 12 intos. It's not good, and he had about two fumbles lost. So that's 14 turnovers on a year compared to only 20 TDs. So Matt Ryan, he's for them to win this game, they need a huge game out of him. And this is actually honestly, this is one of the games where I can see the Falcons upsetting them. Um I want to call it if I'm calling an upset on any game, it might be nah. I probably go Buffalo and Jacksonville. That's probably the closest. But I'm gonna lean the Rams, man. Ty Gurley and Goff is rested. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Just because like being that sorry against the run against the Falcons is gonna set up the play action. It'll be interesting to see the game plan to stop Julio. They really don't have any cornerbacks that can guard him 1-on-1. I respect these guys, but nobody on the Rams can guard them. Kayvon Webster, no. What's that slot? Forgot the slot corner. He's been pretty good this year. Forgot his name. They also still have damn, why am I forgetting this guy's name? It's not Gaines. I know it popped back into my head before this video is over, so I'll get back to it. But yeah, Falcons, man, the problem with them is they struggle to force turnovers. Falcons only had 8 interceptions, 13th in sacks, so they're not taking the ball away. They're not the pressure was there. They're in the upper half of in getting sacks, so there's a little pressure there. But for the most part, they weren't that good in pass rush. So they do stop the run a little bit. They were -2 in giveaways to takeaways. So they're in the negative. Come on, that's kind of crazy compared to last year where their defense was solid. They had Vic Beasley dominating and everything like that. Desmond Trufant has fell off a little bit. He's not. I don't think anybody's scared to go against Trufant. Still a solid corner, but that offense is. It'll just be interesting to see what Sean McVay calls in this type of game. So like his game plan is gonna be retarded. Like it's gonna be great. And Falcons, I just got to give them some kind of credit, man. They're eighth in yards per game on offense, so they can move the ball a bit. And like I said, that run game is gonna be it's gonna be a problem for them for the Rams. So right now I'm leaning Rams. I go 28-25 Rams. That's what I'm going. 28-25 Rams. I might change my mind. I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like the Falcons can upset them because you got a young quarterback. This is first playoff game. Got a young head coach. We got to see how he's gonna call plays in the pressure, man, under pressure. So I'm gonna lean Rams for right now. I guess that's a safe pick. But we can move on to a Buffalo and Jacksonville game. I just want to say this right now. Jacksonville, the number one defense, the best defense. This defense was kind of scary, man. Let me just tell you what this defense did. This is how scary the Jacksonville defense was. All right, they led the NFL in sacks. They were second in interceptions behind only the Ravens. But guess this, they had the most defensive touchdowns. They had 7 defensive touchdowns this year, which is ridiculous. Buffalo 29th against the run. We know the Jaguars, that's all they want to do here is run the football. They got Leonard Fournette. They drafted him in the first round. They don't want to put the ball in Blake Bortles' hands. We know he's a turnover machine. He's not reliable. I just can't trust Bortles in this game. And I don't even have to go off all the stats. I just got Buffalo winning this game in the upset. This is what I think is going to happen, man. If the Buffalo Bills are smart, they will force Blake Bortles to beat them. Stack the box, take away Leonard Fournette in the run, and force Blake Bortles to make tight throws against man coverage. The Bills have one of the best cornerback tandems here. If you're looking at PFF or if you're just watching the games, you're looking at the eye test. That EJ Gaines and that rookie Tre'Davious White from LSU, These guys are locking up. I think I only seen one bad game from Tre'Davious White. That was against the Bengals. AJ Green kind of lit him up. But besides that, man, he's having a good year. He's up there competing with Marshawn Lattimore for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that's letting you know how good he's been. Buffalo. The thing that like Buffalo is one of those Tennessee Titans teams. We thought the Titans were bad. Buffalo was a minus 57 point differential, and the Titans were minus 22. But Jacksonville, I just have a problem with that quarterback situation. If the Buffalo does what I think they're gonna do, just stack the box, force Blake Bortles to throw. Got Keelan Cole. You got Marquise Lee. He hasn't practiced all week, but they say he doesn't plan on practicing either. He might be back. They said I think it was Ian Rappaport said he might be back, even if he doesn't practice this whole week. Then you got D.D. Westbrook. So you got young receivers, but you got these lockdown corners, and Marquise Lee. We just got to. That's huge news. If he comes back, that's probably a reliable receiver for Blake Bortles. But these corners, man, you definitely need Marquise Lee back. So to put some pressure on that secondary. And Buffalo for the same thing. LaShawn McCoy, he's going to be a game time decision. He got injured last week, high ankle sprain. Be interesting to see if he comes back. But right now, like I said, I got Buffalo winning. And we can move on to the last wild card game, which is the Carolina Panthers versus New Orleans Saints. Uh, Saints offense has been pretty dynamic this year. We were used to them being led by Drew Brees having to throw the ball freaking 45 times a game. But this year has been different. Schematically, they got these two running backs that are doing their thing. Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, the only duo to both combine for 15. Only running back duo to combine for 1,500 all-purpose yards this year. I think they said it was like the first time since like the 70s or the 80s or something like that. So that running back tandem was kind of special. Ingram, you got the power. Kamara, finesse. They did pretty good. So Kamara, possibly offensive rookie of the year. He has 14 TDs. He has 1,500 all-purpose yards. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys match up against the Panthers linebackers. If the Panthers could take away the run, Panthers are the fourth. They are a top 10 defense, man. So they do pretty good against the run. They take away the run. They struggle a little bit with the pass. They're kind of middle of the pack against the pass. The corners don't scare me at all. Michael Thomas, solid receiver. Ted Ginn, deep threat. You know Ted Ginn's probably going to... You know Ted Ginn is fiending to get a touchdown against his old team. Like I said, also the Saints fourth in scoring, so second in offense, total yards. It's gonna be a huge, and they are at home, man. I just can't see any way that the Panthers upset them in the dome. So I got the Saints winning this game. I'm gonna go and before I even say the final score, Cam Newton has been struggling a lot lately. If he struggles this game, they are going to light. They're gonna. This might be a blowout, a sneaky blowout, man. If Cam struggles, but they are missing a few. The Saints have been Brazilian. They've missing a few. They've missing a few pieces on defense. Okafor, um, what's the safety? Vaccaro, Delvin Bro, um. They lost a few guys this year, man. They signed Nick Fairley. He's having a heart condition. He's out for the season, so they're missing a lot of these guys, and their defense still turned out to be all right. So, I'm going Saints. I'm going Saints 24, Panthers 20. I'm giving them 20 surprisingly, man. I don't think Cam Newton's going to have a terrible game, but I don't think he's going to have a great one. So, uh I'm going Saints, man, in this game. And if it goes the way I think it really might go, that was my conservative score right there. I think this could possibly be a blowout. So, if anything, I go 31-17. That's kind of a blowout in my opinion. So that is my wild card prediction, my wild card picks. Let me know what you guys think about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Appreciate all the feedback and the love. And I'm out. Peace.